What's up, me monkeys? So this video is basically about my initial reaction to what's going on with the Fine Bros right now. If you know what's going on, you can keep watching this video. If you don't know what's going on, I'll have some links in the description. I'm not going to explain all the details. You can figure it out yourself. There's 2 videos in there, go watch them. And then I implore you to read some of the comments and try to figure out what is going on exactly. Now moving on, here's my thoughts. So for the most part, I'm kind of on both sides. Well, I'm completely on both sides. I mean, I haven't seen a whole lot of people on the side where they're supporting the Fine Bros. Mostly I see people completely bashing the crap out of the Fine Bros. And I agree with most of the points that those people make. It just makes sense. Like, the points that they're making make sense. They're basically saying that the Fine Bros have no right to be taking people's videos down, which I completely agree. They're saying that the Fine Bros have no right to attack Ellen, which I completely agree with that too. That's probably the one I agree with the most, but I have some more thoughts on it I'll explain later. And I also agree with a point that a lot of people make. Their videos are basically based on using other people's content, and the fact that they've actually taken people's videos down for using their content that's a little bit weird. But again, just keep watching. So here's the thing, even though like I said I do agree with a lot of the points people make, when stuff like this happens and a lot of people start sheeping towards one thing and they all start attacking something, generally when that happens on the internet, a lot of misinformation and just like garbled bullcrap starts like getting in there, and a lot of opinions start turning into fact. You can't really trust anything when that starts happening because it just turns into a big group war and everyone's just feeding off of each other. So anything anyone says, they'll take it and they'll say, oh, I have more ammunition to make it seem like I actually know what's going on even though I don't. They just read comments and they take it as fact, and that's where things start to get really weird and not really fair. So I think it's important when stuff like this happens to not just like jump into the herd of sheep and start agreeing with everyone. Actually think critically and try to come up with your own conclusions and your own opinions about what's actually going on. And when you do that, you might realize that a lot of the stuff that they're saying is kind of bullcrap. So here's my thoughts on it. First of all, the Ellen thing is the one I agree with the most. That post is a little bit messed up. Like, if you read the post, like, they're basically telling their fans to attack Ellen. And the thing that Ellen did on the show isn't even that close to their format at all. I mean, they are sitting down and she's asking questions and they're reacting, but Ellen's kind of like joking around, and it's really just an Ellen skit. Like, it's obviously not reacting. But with that said, I could see how that might annoy them because they feel like at the time that they created this react thing and anyone that does it should give them credit, which, I mean, that's kind of thinking a little bit too far into it, but I could see when you're in that position how that might pop in your head and then you might just feel like tweeting it out. I mean, they obviously didn't sue Ellen at all. They just wanted to get Ellen's attention, and maybe they wanted Ellen to have them on the show or apologize or something. I don't really know, but I could see when emotions start building up why you might go out and post something like that on the internet. But they did take it down, so they felt bad about it, obviously, and with that, I feel like you should just forget about it. I mean, they made the mistake, but they took it down. They clearly feel bad about it, so why even dwell on it anymore? You know what I'm saying? Now with the trademark thing, that's a completely different story because trademarks don't really work the way that a lot of people think they work. We trademarked Terabyte because that's our name. Now obviously it's not like a general term like React, but we trademarked Terabyte as a band. Terabyte, the band, and I mean, it's kind of a confusing thing. I don't completely understand, but basically what it is you're associating a name with a brand, and that's what we did. And React, what they're doing is they're associating the word React, which is exactly what they called their brand from the beginning, with what they do exactly. But in general, when you make a trademark, you're using it to protect you. You're using it to protect your brand. You don't usually use it to attack people unless you're a complete asshole. To be completely honest, we've worked with them in the past and they're not assholes. They're the nicest people I've ever met in my entire life. They're so cool. We asked them to be in our video and they didn't even hesitate. They had to hump the air and they didn't even hesitate. They were like, hump the air. They're just like, okay, I'll hump the air. And they're in the video. If you check it out, it's kind of one of the worst videos we ever did, but they're in it and they didn't even hesitate, and it was just kind of awesome. And we've worked with them on other things and they're always super nice and helpful, and they even emailed us once like trying to help us with like blogs and stuff. They're just really cool people that clearly have a lot of passion in helping other creators to do well, which is part of the reason why I strongly feel that people are overreacting. Yeah. What was I talking about before I started rambling? So basically what I was saying is, I strongly do believe that they got the trademark just to protect their brand as a whole. Like, so someone doesn't come out and start making a series called React, like exactly what they're doing, and steal their whole series. That makes sense. Like, it makes sense why they would want to protect that. Something that I heard is that they did take down a channel called Seniors React or something like that. If that's true, that is a little messed up because apparently that channel was out before Elders React came out. I guess they're just trying to protect their brand. I mean, I'm not really sure what the details are, if they had like the same exact format as Kids React. If that's the case, then there's definitely a big gray line right there, and that I'm not really sure about. If that's true, it's a little weird, but I mean, they do have the right to do that if they're taking their actual format. However, that could be a thing that's floating around that's not real. I'm not really sure. I didn't really look into it. Hopefully it isn't, and I highly doubt that they would have ever done that like just out of being mean people. I'm sure the channel was doing something, clearly ripping them off completely, if it did happen, but I don't even know if that's true. Now, some people have been saying that they take videos down that have React in the name or something like that. But I looked into that, and the stuff that I found that actually was taken down, like people posting up videos saying, oh yeah, they took my video down. It turns out they were actually using footage from one of their React videos, one of the actual Fine Bros React videos in their video. You might be thinking, well, that's still messed up that they took it down because that's exactly what React does. They react to videos and they have it in the video. So you think that's kind of like messed up of them to take someone else's video down. However, this is where it gets a little weird, and I feel like a lot of people don't really understand this. There's this thing that YouTube has called Content ID, where basically they have your videos, and if you're signed up with Content ID, they can check to make sure that no one else uploads your exact video, and if they do, it claims the video or does whatever is set in place to the video. It could take the video down. I'm not really sure. Sometimes it just claims it, sometimes it takes it down. Depends on what they have it set up as. But in cases where they're blatantly ripping stuff off, usually it just takes the video down. But if it's just a claim, that doesn't really hurt your channel at all. We do covers all the time, and our covers get claimed by the original owners of the song, and it doesn't hurt our channel. They're just putting ads on the video, and we can't do anything about it, but our channel's fine. The thing is that when you're on a network, which they are, you don't really have the choice to not take something down or not do anything. Like, you don't have that back end of the Content ID system to do anything really. It's all automatic. Everything happens automatically. I don't even think the network would be checking it. They just hit go and then just let it go. So if someone were to use the Fine Bros video inside their video, it would see that and it would react. Every time I say react, it's funny. It would automatically take it down or claim it or whatever is set in place. Automatically. Fine Bros would have nothing to do with that. It would just happen. And if a lot of people did it at once, it would do it all at once. And there's been a lot of controversy that happened like in the past with networks and stuff for people that set this up and they like set it up wrong and they just claim a bunch of videos and they don't really realize they're doing it, and then people get pissed off and they're tweeting at them like, you're claiming my videos, F you, man. Like, there's been so many times where this stuff happened, and for some reason I'm almost positive that's exactly what's happening with the Fine Bros. I guarantee some of the stuff that was taken down, they didn't even know it happened. And those people are getting pissed off and like making videos saying the Fine Bros are terrible people, and they might not even know about it, you know? And that's kind of a little messed up. I mean, yes, sure, they should probably contact their network and fix it if something like that's happening. But in most cases, if they don't bring enough attention to it like they are now, they probably didn't deal with it. So I'm sure it happened a lot in the past without the Fine Bros caring because no one ever brought it to their attention, so they didn't know what was happening. And then the other thing a lot of people are saying is the Fine Bros are trying to create a pyramid scheme or a monopoly by doing React World, which in a way, I guess if you look at it like that, you're kind of right, but not really, because they're not gonna take other people's videos down. They said that, and I truly believe that they meant it. Even though I'm saying this, videos probably would have been taken down, like I said before, if they used their actual footage, because Content ID would have picked it up. But I don't believe at all, for 1 second, that the Fine Bros actually made React World so they could attack people that are stealing their stuff. I strongly do believe that they did it to create a community and give back to their fans. And it's just kind of messed up that they're so happy about this thing and they made it and they're trying to give back to their fans, and the absolute opposite happened to them, and everyone just blows up in their face and gives them all this crap. They're talking about promoting your videos, giving you the tools you need to make good React videos because they've been doing it for so long. They probably have all like the lower thirds and stuff that you would need. I mean, yes, it's obviously true that by doing that, they would have made a lot of money if a lot of people jumped on it and they started doing it. And that's completely fine. They were putting it out there and giving people the opportunity to join in. Like, they weren't saying you have to do it. They were just giving you the opportunity to join in, make videos, be a part of their community, and I feel like if I were a huge fan of React, I probably would have done it. As a creator, it sounds like a cool opportunity, just in general. Like, even not being a huge fan, if no one freaked out about it, I probably would have joined in and like uploaded stuff, just so I could be a part of something that would have been probably huge. At this point, I don't see any possibility of it ever being as big as they were hoping it would be. But, I mean, I feel like I don't know, they clearly did mess up. Like, they shouldn't have done it in the first place, because by doing so, they opened up a bunch of cans of worms about all the things that people were pissed off at them in the past about. But like I said, everything I explained, I truly do feel that there's pretty much a logical explanation for everything that everyone's complaining about. So I don't know, that's just my thoughts. What do you guys think? I'm just really trying to find a reason why everyone else is wrong. I mean, I'm not trying to prove them wrong. I just really feel that when stuff like this happens, you just need to not be a follower. Don't be a sheep. Think for yourself. Form your own opinions. I mean, you don't have to take everything I'm saying as a fact. It's just literally thoughts. But what do you think? Tell me in the comments. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe for more videos. I never upload. I'm literally doing it on this channel because I know it's controversial. Controversial? Controversial? None of this sounds right. But I did it because I don't want to possibly screw up one of my other channels, and this channel's already screwed, so I don't know. I just figured I'd put my thoughts out there because I had it building up inside me. I just wanted to tell someone. Thanks for watching.